y'all doing? Yeah, I making good progress there. But yeah, I kind of cheated the system on my affiliate status a little bit. So yeah, this is the game. Kind of working out some bugs real quick. Today I'm gonna try, I think, implementing some of the animations for some of the magic. Right now there are no real animations for the magic. Like there's character animations, but there's no particles or anything. It's gonna be playing with that a little bit, see if we can get something going. Right now, where I'm at, what I want to do before like I have a demo is I need to get a map in place that is somewhat representative of what the game's gonna look like. Like right now, it's a kind of placeholder map. I need to get actually, you know what? I have a Trello, which should tell us what we're doing here. So I need to get that in place. I need to get a name, which I think I have a couple things I'm workshopping. Hopefully, or pretty soon have that, because I want to have that when I open up my my Steam page. And then I want to let's see. Create magic animations, of course, expand armor and weapons, right? Right now, obviously, they don't have any weapons. I have placeholder stats for weapons, but there's no models or anything on there. I need to create 5 more models. I want this to be 5-on-5, I think. Might do 4-on-4 for the demo, we'll see. And then I kind of want a cutscene and a story leading into it. I think I know what the story's going to be. But yeah, we'll kind of see that. For today, what we'll be working on is magic animations. So we'll start there. I've been kind of thinking through this, and I want to make sure it's something that's pretty reproducible and pretty easily done, right? Trello is free. Yeah, check out Trello, it's free. But yeah, I want to essentially, as a rule, not create anything that's not like expandable, right? And I'm planning on having a lot of different spells. So I don't know if you caught the user interface I have, right, is meant to be really simple, right? You pick water, and then you kind of scroll through the priority list to say, hey, how much mana do you want to spend, or where do you want to put this spell? How long do you want to charge it for? And then based on that, my other character that has multiple spells is out of MP, but based on that, you would choose your spell. And then there's going to be some combining spells when you put them on top. I still haven't implemented that. I need to do that. But so because of that, there are going to be a lot of spell options, and I don't want to spend, countless hours doing any sort of like animation development. I want them to look good though. So there's for sure going to be a balance here. But that's what we're going to try to play with. I'm going to create a couple of little particle effects right now, and then we'll kind of see what that ends up looking like. But yeah, thanks Fanny Slam for joining the stream over here. For sure. But yeah, and then I don't know if you caught it, Casey. I think I don't know if you saw it last time, but I did check out the feet. I did get some dust animation when they run and land, which I think looks pretty nice. So it helps that slide look a little bit better. I'm excited about adding sound effects. That got me researching a lot of sound effects the last day or so, because I need like a nice here. I'll live annotate it with sound, right? Just like a little bit of something like, and that's gonna look good and sound good and feel good. So anyway, I'll go ahead and get started here. So I think there's a couple things I need to do. The first one is I need a character animation for when they charge. Yeah, no problem at all. Glad. Yeah, for sure. Hopefully that trip went well. Yeah, it's funny. I actually just created my first particles. Those dust particles were my first entry into particle effects. So they really weren't bad at all. And kind of how I did this was create a scene for particles. Good, glad to hear it. And in that scene, I have all these particles. So what I'll probably do is define everything in here. And so, yeah. We'll go from there. And then when I define them here, they'll get applied to all my characters. All my characters have the same scene in here, right? So that should be a pretty easy way to kind of duplicate it where I don't have to go program everybody. The only thing I'm worried about, excuse me, that I need to work through is I think everybody's hand placement is different, right? So if like on my spell, I place a particle effect like on her hand when she's doing, what I probably would do is like, I have like a magic attack here. And then right there, right where she's kind of lifting up, something like that. Maybe not that exact animation. I'm probably going to go into Mixamo and see if we can find like a animation where it kind of looks more like a charging animation. And then I'm thinking like develop some sort of like charge effect, right? Like a particle effect where it's gathering power or something. But that's what I'm going to do first, is kind of the charging part of it. So I think with that, let's go into Mixamo. If you are not familiar with Mixamo, Mixamo is actually an Adobe product. It is free. So if you can go create an account. Let me sign in and I'll share this window with you. Just a moment. And I don't know how it's free. I don't know why they made it free, but it's absolutely incredible. And what it is essentially a website where you can take animations. And the way I have my character models done, I actually developed them in Vroid. If you've ever used Vroid, which is a VR modeling tool. But I was able to kind of create a workflow where I develop them in Vroid, use a VRM importer into Godot, and then I remap the skeleton within Godot with, it's only one button or two buttons, I guess. And then I take my Mixamo animations, remap their skeleton to the Godot animation, and then, yeah, from there it's pretty simple. Okay. So yeah, so here is Mixamo. If you've never seen Mixamo, it's pretty good. And so you can come in here and click all the different animations, right? And I could download these and my character can do these animations. So they have like this combat one. And I think I got to try to find something like it's like a charge. Maybe I'll search like a charge. And it might be better to do, let's see, to be out of combat maybe and do charge. So, and the thing is, I can cut off any frames I want. So if at any point the character's almost doing what I want, then it would be fine. I'm looking for like a charge magic type of animation. And these are all Creative Commons 0. So because they're all Creative Commons 0, they are free to use without attribution. Really a pretty incredible resource. I don't know why Adobe bought Mixamo a couple years ago and made it free. I think Mixamo was like planning on going free or something, and they just went ahead and did it still. And yeah, it's really pretty great. Okay, let's see. So that I didn't see anything in there. Maybe in like this multi-pack. I'm gonna type in like magic charge or something. Magic. Okay, let's see. Okay, so there's like a light magic. Okay, like some of this, yeah. So like some of these stuff, this would work. Let's see. I have a pro magic pack. I don't know if I need that many. Yeah, it really is absolutely crazy how just wild it is. So yeah, I could have, honestly, I could take all 56 of this pro pack, remap them and put them on my character. Really doesn't take that long. That might not be bad. So some of these animations I've already taken, which is funny. Yeah, okay. I think that charging one he had might be good. This is going to take forever to load, so I don't know if that's worth it to look at. I think it's going to be all these same ones anyway. Oh, casting spell. That's not bad. Let's see. And I could do one like this too. The thing is I can merge them, right? So I can have her like go and pull it in and then hold it. And then finish whenever she's ready to finish it. But this isn't bad. This is a little bit extra, right? But it's not bad. Okay, I like some of these. Some of these aren't bad. I'm wondering, let's see. And so then if I did some particle effects, right? There I could kind of put particle effects in there. And that's something like this might be good because she's moving around a lot. My characters are all at different heights. And part of the particle effects is I do need to try to get them all in the same like area, right? Because they need to be kind of doing the same thing where I don't have to go move particle effects around. Though I could probably Well, no, the thing is, I don't think there's any value in Godot that has the height. That value comes just from the VRM model. I could maybe do the height of their hands or something and code it, but that would be very complicated. I want to keep it simple. I'm wondering if I should just download this whole Pro Magic pack, put that in Godot and kind of flip through it there, because then it'd be really easy to take them all. And it looked like it had quite a few in there. I wonder how big of a, let's see what some of these are. So just, and I could probably randomize some of it too if I do have all of them, right? Depending on which spell I'm casting, I could be doing different things, and this is a lot of different animations, which could mix it up, which is probably good. I think that would feel good, right? If you cast a different spell, you kind of do a different thing. I'm just seeing if they have like a charging one in there. Oh, that could be cool. Yeah, a lot of these animations are really good. Okay, yeah, I think this is what I'm going to do, is just download this whole pack and yeah, so it's pretty simple. Let me just double check that there is some kind of charging one in here. Oh, some crouching and stuff too. That could be cool. Okay, some strafing. Holding off magic. Oh, that's interesting. That could be kind of sweet. So that's just like an idle animation. Very cool. I haven't really seen a good charging one though, so I'd probably still have to download that charging one. This is a long idle animation. Okay, a little baseball throw. Some jumping, which I already have. I don't know what that one was. Okay. Several different deaths, which isn't bad. I mean, it might be nice to have multiple death animations, kind of get knocked around. Which could be good. My hit animation, honestly, is so bad. I will probably get a better one. Okay, yeah, I didn't see a charging one. For now, let's just get this charging one. I think I like this one, and I think I could probably loop it, where she's just kind of doing that. And I think that would loop pretty well. What's this one look like? No, I think that one's too simple. So I think I could just loop that right there, that little piece right there. So I think if well, I guess I need that part. Let me see if I can trim this. I'll probably download two. I'll probably download one that's just the loop. It might be hard. You know what? No, I'm not gonna worry about it, because let me just reset this. Because in Godot, I can do a little fudging. Let's go to 0. Well, I guess I can just click it again. I'll download it, because yeah, in Godot I can kind of fudge it, because I can do a tween on the animation part. So I'm going to download this without skin. Then what I do is go look at the folder, and I go ahead, and I know you can't see this part of the window. That's all right. I'm going to take that. It's going to result in an FBX file. I'm going to take that FBX file, and I'm going to put it in the folder my game is in. You'll see that here in just a second. I'm going to put it in my arts folder, and then I have everything in low poly characters, name of the folder. Okay, so then what I do is just come back to Godot, go to my file system. It's going to load in. Godot does have native FBX. Yep. I can't edit it, so you can't edit FBX files, but I mean, I can edit the animations. You can't edit raw FBX, right? But you can edit the animations once I transfer them. So that's what I do. Okay, so what I do here then is I take this, it's casting spell, it's this one right here. Then what I'm gonna do is I go to my animations scene. So I have this animations tree right here. I'm gonna open it up. And then I just go here and I instantiate it. So now I've instantiated it. And then what I do is I note this time, it's 3.6333. Oh, I'm sorry. That's that's the wrong animation. So one thing I do need to do is I've talked about kind of remapping the bones. That's here. You could just retarget the bone map. So open it up, go to new bone map, click on the bone map, click humanoid bone map, right? And then re-import. That's it. Now it's has the same bone structure as my characters. So now what I can do is go pull that. So let me go to the scene here, look at this, open it, go to the animation player. And that's what this is right here. And so 7.7 seconds, right? I'm not going to use the whole thing. I'm going to cut it down, but I'll cut it down later. Just select everything. And then I go back to my animation node. I delete this from that section, go to my animation player here, create a new animation that's casting spell. And then so I'm going to have two. I'm going to need like the loop, right? Where she can kind of loop. And then I'm going to need like a casting spell start. And then I just go to edit and paste. And then this was what, 7.7? 7.7. Save that. Close that out. Now if I go here, it's going to update, right? I do need to add it to the animation tree. I don't think it'll work in just the player. I can try it, but typically the animation player turns off. Yeah. So if you have an animation tree, typically that doesn't work. So then I would just create a new animation here for casting spell. And if I add this here, so you can see them all doing it now. That's how easy it is. Like, I mean, that really is not bad at all to add new animations into Godot. Okay, let me set some guards on here. First thing I need is to only switch after an end, probably. And again, this isn't going to be exactly how it is. And then on the front, what I want it to be enabled. So then in my scripts, I will tell it to go here, right? Like if you look at like my getting hit and all those, they're all enabled. And then the thing I also want here is when I go back, just add like a crossfade time of 1 second. And so then what happens is if I cast this, and you can kind of see her doing it, right? And then she'll go back to walking. And I think that's the same. I mean, it's the running one. It's just, that's it. That's all there is to it. All right. So very good. All right. Then the next thing I need to do here is probably break up casting spell into something like my jump is. Like I have jump up air, and jump up air 2. And what that looks like is like I jump up, hang out in the air, and then when I'm ready to come down, I come down and then go back to running. So I want the same thing. I want to cast my spell, right? So let's go ahead and I just created that, but let's delete it. Let's go ahead and go into my animation player here. In casting spell, I want to wait until I hit the loop. Oh, okay. I can go to the file here. What's the best way to do that? I don't want to have to use the tree, I don't think, every time. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to be kind of annoying. I thought I should be able to. I guess what I can do is when I'm splitting it up, I can just instantiate this. And then I can see it. Okay, so now I need a little like thing for my controller. I almost drop my controller off my lap all the time. Okay, so now I can start it. So right there. So that's what, 1.3? 1.5? Let's see. Yeah, probably 1.5 seconds. Okay, so then I can go back to this. Go to my animation player. And right at 1.5 seconds, I need to just delete everything after that. I guess the easy way to do that is just do this. So then when I play this. It's not gonna play from here, right? No. I was still secretly hoping it would play from here. For some, I don't know the difference. I've definitely had it play from there before. Okay, so yeah, so then she just locks in. And then I need a casting loop. So let's create another animation here. I will copy all of the values from here, copy tracks, everything, oops. Select all, copy. Hey, White Boss Gamer. Doing well, how are you doing? Good to see you. We'll say holding spell. I'm going to change to magic because that way I have a consistent. I haven't used the word spell in any of my code or anything. I don't want to start now. Hey, no, all good. I just got started about 30 minutes ago, I think. 25 minutes ago. So you are just in time. All right, paste that in there. Very cool. So now what I want to do is just get rid of everything prior to this. Should look like that. I want to grab a little bit earlier. So like maybe, oh, actually, you know what? Holding magic 1.5. So let's make this 1.5 right now. I do wish there was a little bit easier way in Godot, and there might be, to like say, hey, pick everything that's on, you know, before this, just delete before this point. Actually, you know what? I just realized that there probably is. What I should do is not that. There select all. Yeah, it really could be. I realized what I probably, so it's not that bad because I can select a bunch of things at once. But what I do have to turn off snap. What I probably could do is just move them. There's probably a better way. I probably just don't know what I'm doing. That might be a good question for Google at some point. It's how to better edit animations. Wow, that's taking a long time. There are obviously a lot of nodes, but okay. Maybe this isn't the best way. I'm a little nervous now. I had a feeling this would work, right? So my plan here is just to move everything over by 1.5 seconds. So move everything over from ending at like 7.7 to moving at like 6.2. Gotcha. Yeah, animations honestly aren't bad. Kind of the easy part here. If you're using Mixamo, right? I don't know. I think Unity probably has a skeleton retargeter. Godot just got it, I think, with Godot 4. But I imagine Unity has it. Oh, I need to turn off snap. And then move them. That's just moving that one. Can I move all of them that I have selected? Yes. Okay. Undo, and that didn't seem like it was taking that much time. Let's undo though. Oh, it does not like undoing. It might crash. Heads up, we might be experiencing some technical difficulties. The last one probably doesn't matter. I think this middle one that's red probably does. Because I need to, yeah, we're learning on the go here. So things to note, don't use undo while you're editing 1,000 maybe nodes. I would say there's probably at least 1,000, right? Yeah, don't undo. I've learned it. Huh. Yeah, it's not Excel, so it doesn't tell me how many things I've selected. But that's got to be at least 1,000, right? Like one row is probably 100 keyframes. I'm talking about because I mean all the different things I've selected. Easy 1,000, right? I mean each row might have 100, so this might be several thousand. Oh man, yeah, I did not like that. Oh yeah, easy 1,000. Agree. I bet it's more on the order of like 10,000. It's somewhere between 1,000 and 1,000,000. And I am 95% confident in that answer. So, you know. Oh, man. Okay, let's check CPU usage. Does MSI show CPU or just GPU? We'll just do task manager. Yeah, it's well, that's down to 56, 47. Godot is running very high. Godot is running 2 gigabytes right now of memory. So yeah, that's interesting. It's got 15% of my CPU. Yeah, it's not having a good time. But it's chugging along. So I guess that undo function was a little too much. Y'all can't see my screen grayed out, but it is grayed out. Hey, look at that. And it didn't undo it. That was an amazing, useful use of, okay, well. It's still locked up. Still not out of the woods yet. I did hit Control Z multiple times, okay? So we have a couple chances at this actually moving. I'm monitoring my CPU usage and waiting for it to drop. Yeah, 2 gigs of memory I feel like is a lot. I guess, It might have, you're right. Well, I don't trust Godot to do that. Honestly, Godot crashes quite a bit. So, yeah. I do have OBS running as an administrator, so it might be capping how much CPU usage it's allowing Ableton and Godot to run. Not sure. The only reason I run OBS as an administrator is because if I don't, it does use GPU, right? I'm using the GPU to actually process the frames for the stream. I used to use my CPU, but I got a new GPU. And so I'm guessing I probably don't need to do that anymore. Because it's only using like 1%, my OBS. Oh man, I may end up having to try this again here. Control Alt Delete. Oh, does it actually send an interrupt? Okay. I hit it. Didn't like it. That's all right. This is all Q&A time. Oh, speaking of, we have a rocket launch tomorrow morning, 8:30 Central Time. Should be 6:30 Arizona time, which is pretty early. But that's the actual light time. But if you happen to be up, check it out. It should be pretty cool. There we go. Look at that. Yeah, with astronauts. So full launch. We were launching 6 people. It should be pretty good. Okay, I have my nodes now. Now, let's see if I can drag them. Perfect. Okay, so I need this to go to 6.2. Control delete. It was Control delete. I'm sure you're right. It worked. They dragged, but it's locking up again. That's probably not the best way. It's probably better just to delete it. It probably didn't do anything to Godot, but you know that's okay. Maybe it does. I didn't know it like sent an interrupt. I just thought it. You know, I didn't know what it did. Well, I mean, I know that it pulls up the blue screen to tell me I can open Task Manager, but. But yeah, so tomorrow will be cool. They will be live streaming it. I think you can check it on YouTube and then should be good. Gotcha. I see that. So if it sends an interrupt to to Windows, that would probably make sense. Yeah, I get it. Good to know. I usually just hit Control Shift Escape to pull a Task Manager. So I thought it was faster, but if Control Alt Delete actually does something, it's good to know. Hey, appreciate it. Thanks a ton. Yeah, I really appreciate it, Westbrook Gamer. It's I have a ton of fun doing this. Definitely not about the numbers for me. You know, I'm glad to be small. I really like the community that's growing here. I like being able to talk to you guys and hang out and get your input. So Yeah, I really appreciate the kind words. Guess we just got to jam out here while this loads here. All right, new rule. Oh, my memory usage is coming down. That's a good sign. I think my new rule is don't manipulate a large number of objects while on stream. But hey, we're done. We're done. Okay, it's fine. Everything's good. Let's go look at what this looks like. All right, so let's see. So from here, that's good. I think that's a good place. I probably want to do it for like 5 seconds. Get a good loop in. Okay. Fewer frames, 4. And I'm gonna have to create one more of these, right? Because I have to do the actual casting. Oh, look at this! I'm controlling it from the menu. How is that happening? What in the world? See, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm not gonna pretend to know when it works, why it works. Sometimes I can't control it except from the tree. Other times I can. I'm trying to get this where before she kind of rears back. Cool. And then what if I loop it? I don't think it'll loop super cleanly, but well, I probably do need to make it loop a little cleaner than that, actually. Because I don't know if I can blend. I probably can. Ah, that's a great idea. Oh, that's genius. Yeah, fantastic idea. Okay, this looks pretty good. I can probably go back a little bit because I don't like that she kind of, moves the hand forward and then moves it back, really. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. What do you think? I mean, it looks a little bit wild. What if it is just the loop? Yeah, I do think that works pretty well. And then I'll add some particle shaders. But yeah, I mean, she looks, crazy, but it's okay. I think it works. Okay, and then we'll add some particle stuff going on in her hands. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking it seems a little bit low to the ground. She's got, it's probably not as bad like if she's not in the grass. I think the big thing, like, it's just this guy, right? Like this, it's all particles from this guy, and he's a crazy wizard. I think oh no, it's this charge, isn't it, that we're doing? Which I think is probably also from this guy. My other option is to do something like this, but I don't think that works all that well. So let's see. I think that's going to be fine for now. It is really low to the ground. I mean, I could modify it. That wouldn't be too bad. It's fine. I'm just going to leave it. Maybe, let me think real quick. So I could make, I'd have to edit so much spine stuff. That WoW video, yeah. The Rafflemow video, is that the one you're talking about? I'm charging up my fireball. Or is it the Leroy Jenkins ones? I can't remember which one. That's true though. Leroy Jenkins. All right. Tale of Jimmy. I'll have to look that one up. I remember I'm charging up I'm charging up my fireball. I'm pretty sure I remember that. There were so many good WoW videos back in the day. That one and the Rafflemow one was really good. Yeah, they made so many great videos of that. Okay, I think this works. So that's holding magic. So back to the animation tree. So I've got casting spell, and then I've got holding magic, and then I need to transition at the end of casting spell immediately. I'm gonna put like a 0.05 blend because I don't think it was perfect. Yeah, she probably showed me the Tale of Jimmy one too. I don't remember it. I don't remember the title, Tale of Jimmy, but I do remember that. So I'll auto go into that, and then I'll have a new animation. Can I add a new animation here? No. Okay, so now I need to go back to the animation, and then I need, so let's go to holding magic. Okay, so right at 3 seconds. So everything from 3 seconds on, essentially copy all this. And then I need to go create a new animation. We're gonna end up, I'm gonna try not to crash it. We'll call it final magic. So basically she's gonna hold this for a long time, right? Until it's her turn again. And then she's gonna finally cast the magic. Paste. And then I've got to, okay, so right at 3 seconds, this is where the old one is. I don't want to do what I did last time because it took forever to select everything. Well, I guess as long as I don't control Z, I think I'm okay. Hey, appreciate it. Yeah. Have a good one. And yeah, talk to you there for sure. Have a good day. All right, we'll take these and then we'll go add the other ones, and I'm gonna move it over. This isn't too bad so far. A little bit of delay, but not terrible. Now I need to move it over from 6.2 down to 3.2. Yeah, Godot definitely did not like undo. I'm guessing that what it did was go try to reload each of those keyframes, and so they probably all count as different actions, and so I had to go in and for each one go modify it. Okay, here we go. Actually, first before that, let's save just in case. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get that file format unknown FBX because it thinks I'm trying to edit this FBX file right here, which I'm not. So just FYI, you will see that. All right. Oh, you might not have seen it because Godot has so many windows. Okay. So now that's moving. I don't think that'll be too bad. And yeah, that should be it. That should be all of the magic casting, which is great. And then I just have to build shaders. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'll just do for now, the charging and the casting and spell itself, different shaders. I do have some ideas on cloud coverage and stuff. There's one thing I'll show you here in a second. I have pretty good control over the clouds. Oh no, that's awful. I hope you had a backup. I do back up everything to GitHub because I want to avoid that from happening. But Unity version control. Yeah, I don't know anything about Unity version control. Godot I don't think has its own version control. But GitHub is good. Good. Glad you have a cloud backup. I need to do mine every night though or something. I actually on my Trello board, one of the actions I have on my Trello board is to add a nightly GitLab check-in, right, where it just automatically checks everything in. Right now I'm doing that manually. I need to really create a CI/CD system once I get a build out there for either a demo or a playtesting thing, where when I make a change, it automatically pushes to all my playtesters. I think that could be huge and be really helpful. Otherwise, it'd be a nightmare trying to manage who has what versions, what version, the thing, and then I need some sort of way to get feedback on a specific version, right? Okay, I think this worked. Obviously those things are in the negative. I don't really care about them. They're fine to be in the negative. because when I play, it should still start from 0. Let's see. Oh, then let's go to the animation tree. It's still doing that nonsense. I bet, you know, I bet if it's a repeating action, it won't play, and if it is a final action, it'll play. That makes sense. Okay, that mystery is solved. Let's add final magic here. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, she's all super crouched, but that's just because she needs to go back to run. Okay. And then what I'll do here is just add end. Mode, auto, at end. And then this one, I want this to be enabled, not auto. So here's what this will look like. I will be running. I will trigger casting a spell. Yeah, I know. It's so easy just not to push anything, right? Just forget. And yeah, if you don't do it for weeks, it can be pretty bad. Ah, gotcha. Yeah. No, that's dangerous. Definitely good to push every night or all the time. Every time you save, really. Okay, so then when I'm ready to cast the spell, one thing I want to do is turn like crossfade on this. And I'm going to do like just half a second of crossfade. I think that's fine. So you can see her. And there we go. That looks pretty good. And then she goes back to running, which for some reason running is T-posing. I hope I didn't break something, which I might have. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's set to idle. Okay. It's probably just for the model here. I'm not too worried about it. Let me close casting spell. Let's delete this from here. Save that. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Okay. So let's see. So then what I need to do, I wish there was like an auto cleanup button. Because of these, this is getting nightmarish. Which I could replace some of these, right? So some of these, like there is a state machine thing. So these 3 I could replace with a single node that is like a jump state machine. However, my code's already done. I don't want to have to go rewrite it. So yeah, all I really have to do here, I think this will be pretty easy, is when I confirm magic. When I confirm magic and I say, let's see which one it is, on confirm select here. That's cancel. On confirm right here. Basically, I should send this node over to my character. So I need to connect that node to my character. Where's the ready? Oh, interesting. I guess I should have that in magic anyway. Okay. So I already have charge magic. So that's from confirm magic. Got confirm. Okay, so I already have it. All I have to do then is update on confirm magic or charge magic right here, which right now really does nothing. Ah, I already have it. Look at that. Thanks, past me. I already coded it. That's very nice. But I did kind of simplify this. I think I can just do change.character.change animations magic, or I guess cast magic. Yeah, past me, making this way easier. Casting magic. I like that, you know, whenever I think of something and say, hey, I'm going to have to do this in the future, and just add a little placeholder for it, it makes everything so much easier. Okay, is that what it's called? So the animation tree is casting... no, I don't want to be casting spell. I want to be casting magic. Casting magic, holding magic, final magic. All right. So this should be casting magic, and it'll automatically go into holding magic. And then all I need to do, let's see, casting.connect to confirm attack right here. Change animation not to magic attack, but to final magic. And I think that's actually it. I think that pretty much does it. Let's find out. Is it actually going to be that easy? Probably not. I'm like 75% confident here. I think the code looks right, but yeah, look at that. I messed up other animations. Let me see what's going on there. See, I knew I was concerned. Maybe I broke something in the animation player. Do I still have idle? I do. Interesting. Did I lose running? What happened here? Fast run. Let's see if I'm running, does it do it? Nope. Interesting. Very interesting. Did I remap the route? No, that's correct. I broke all of my animations. Probably doing the, let's see. Probably messing with my animation player in there. Run animation got untagged. I don't think so, because the animation tree's still running. Like, I should be able to do this. Maybe this. That's auto. Do I have anything else that's just run auto? Nope, and that's disabled. What if I delete this? I can run other ones, right? Yeah, so it's just the run that's broken. Yeah, it's very possible that, you know, I changed something on here. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. What did I break? How did I break it? Let's find out. Animation tree. Yeah, it does look like the animation doesn't have an animation assigned to it. However, I did check here, right? And it does. It has idle here. It has walking, and it had that's out of the range. That should be 5. And it has fast run, so it's there for sure. But obviously I just broke something. And I broke it for everybody, so it's not within the instantiation here. It's within everything. Which is very interesting. Let's check the history. So retarget bone map, add animation, rename animation. I don't want to undo past moving my keys. I mean, it's possible because I have all those negative keys that something broke. I don't want to believe that's true. So let's look through some of the stuff that changed. Very, very interesting. So I have casting magic here. You know, I could, like, it's possible that I broke the animation pane here because I had things in the negative. Actually, let's go to manage animations. Maybe I broke something here. So it's going to be the idle one. Nope. Okay. I mean, clearly, like, if I run idle, right, it still works, right? Yeah. Idle still works fine. Walking still works fine. Fast run still works fine. So they all still exist. So it does have to do with my tree. Maybe I should just reset the... Let's see. Let's do immediate here. Everything else works? Okay, magic attack doesn't work. Getting hit doesn't work. So casting magic is now the only one that works. Maybe the other animations are jealous because this is the best one. Actually, I don't have an animation assigned to that. That could be what's going on. You know, let's change this to at end. Okay. That could be what's going on here a little bit. Let's see. Let's check these other ones. Melee attack still has something. It's not working. Jump down. Jump. Wow. So yeah, they're jealous. There's holding magic is the only animation that's working. Does final magic work? And final magic. These are the only two animations that are working for some reason. They work in here, so they're still fine. Yeah, they're jelly. Very, very interesting problem. Let's see. It's possible that no, I'm in run clearly here. Oh, mode disabled. Oh, it's looking at this transition. Very interesting. I may close Godot and reopen it. I have a feeling this isn't real. It's a dream. Nothing's real. This shouldn't take too long to reopen it. Give it just a second. I like that. Never mind. It's fine. I've got my screen cut up to make it a little easier for you guys to see on stream. And it's just chopping stuff up in a weird way. So that's kind of the artifact you're seeing right here. This is what it looks like to load Godot. So no, didn't have to do with resetting anything. Yeah, so very interesting. Yeah, so I'm guessing, let's just try a couple things here. So like the first thing I think I would do is let's delete my casting magic. I don't think that actually solves the problem, but like maybe if something's corrupt. Nope. Yeah, always. That's the easiest troubleshooting step. I tried disconnecting it. Yeah, I'll try deleting it next. So I'm gonna take my new nodes. Maybe I overloaded it. There might be like a set number of nodes I can use, and maybe I went over that number. Nope. So deleting it doesn't do it. It could be. Oh, you know what? I'm getting an error. Let's clear it. Let's see what happens when I run. I'll see if there's an error. That's pretty strange though. This seems like it should be a no-brainer. It looks like yeah, I'm not sure exactly. Let's see what this debugger says. Nothing. Let's see what these errors are. See if there's something that sticks out. Rule number 2, do what the logs say. We're doing this by the book. The parameter anim name is never used in the function. Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, we troubleshoot by the book here. They were running. I did some animation stuff and then it stopped running. Nope, got no errors. I got like these debugger errors, which are essentially like, hey, you don't ever use these variables, which I need to go clean up. But yeah, nothing about my animation tree. I wonder if I changed a setting somewhere. I'm not sure what I would have changed though. Active. What's active? I think I need that on. You know what? I turned deterministic on. Why did I turn deterministic on? Okay, that's the problem. Okay, so let's go turn deterministic back off over here. I must have just accidentally hit it while I was doing stuff. Hey, Jubal. Yes, we're currently working on a tactical RPG in Godot. So today I'm working on magic animations, and we had a weird bug where I lost all my animations, but they're back. We solved that bug. We're following the troubleshooting 101 steps, and we got there. So that was step 3, Casey. It was turn things off until they work. Hey, Loki. Yeah. I'll put that up here in a second. I'm gonna check out these animations, and we'll check it out. Did you make some progress on your game there? You were working animations on the background, right? Yesterday. All right. So here's what we got. Okay. So I'm not doing that animation. So we'll check that out. Let's see. Still not doing the animation. Let's see if she at least does the animation here in a second when she actually casts the spell. Oh, great. My my collisions broke. Oh my gosh. Bugs are like the #1 bane of my existence right now. Yeah, I bet they do have steps. More people probably need to learn those steps. Let me pull up Discord. I'll pull those up, Loki. We'll see if I know. I'm not too worried about it. Taking like a 2 to 5 minute break here. Check this out. All right. So we're gonna take a quick break to check out this. So Loki's been working on a text-based RPG. If you want to check it out, they've been putting some stuff in the Discord that's looking pretty cool. So go take a look. I'm gonna pull it up here on stream, so you also get to see it here. Let's see. Let me pause. Is there music involved, Loki? Here, let me pause the music real quick. All right. Oh, there's no music. Okay, that's all right. Here we go. Let's check this out. That looks pretty good. This is one of the boss fights. Very, very nice. I like it. Big fan. Nicely done. All right. Well, sweet. I'm excited for you. That's pretty cool. I'm excited to see the game. It's total. Nice. Yeah, it looks like you put a lot of effort into it. Well, it's looking good. I have to figure out why I'm not doing animations that I should be doing. See, I told you, even though the code looked right, I knew it wasn't going to work the first time. That's a cool looking boss. That's an interesting one. Definitely not cookie cutter boss, so that's pretty sweet. So let's see. So what I'm charging on this function charge magic, which is connected to the confirm signal. When I get that in, it's possible. No, I'd be getting an error, I think, if it wasn't going to do it. So let's see. So I change animations to casting magic. Did I ever get that output? I did actually change animations to casting magic. See that? Did I change to final or magic final? I never did do magic or final magic, interestingly. Which is very interesting because I think I should have. Character.change animations, final magic. So that's a little bit interesting. That's okay. So let's get this one working first. I know that the mana is working. It's possible I have my change animations here wrong. Let's go look at that function. I'm doing change animations everywhere. Okay, so just change animations, target animation as a string. Trying to get just a background. Oh, nice. Well, no, it looks really good. Good find. Pretty inventive boss there for sure. Okay, so I am running the casting magic animation. At least it thinks it ran it. But it didn't run it. And it's possible, let me check my animation tree. It does have a path, and that path is enabled and immediate. Let me check real quick to make sure what happens when I run it. Okay, first off, I need some crossfade time. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm wondering, I could also be overriding it. I need longer crossfade. Oh, I don't have any crossfade time. Okay. So now, oh yeah, that looks great. Yeah, the headlight, I agree. Yeah, I thought it looked pretty good. You should be proud of it for sure. It looks good. I don't, okay, I need more crossfade time on the return. Well, they're gonna pop into idle state, not into that state. I guess we can pop this over to idle to actually see what it would look like, because they're gonna not be moving anywhere. This is a map that my character will run based on how fast they're moving. So this is actually what they'll kind of look like. I mean, their feet won't be moving, but okay. Back to the route. So then I will cast magic. That looks great. And then run. Why are they just popping up like that? Obviously the crossfade's just not working. Let's see, is it reset? I mean, I could, that shouldn't matter. Yeah, really surprised here, because I have a 1 second crossfade. Let me set it to like a 2 second crossfade. It's possible that it's just because it's a looping animation that the crossfade really isn't doing what I want it to do. Yeah, because I mean, they teleport here. Very, very interesting. Do I have any sort of... I transition other things like the jump in the air and I crossfade those and it's fine. Well, I do this. And that gets crossfaded well. What's my crossfade time on that? 1.5 seconds? So that's interesting that this crossfade doesn't look good at all. I can try 1.5. It might just be that I'm changing things too abruptly and there's just too different. But I mean, there's not 2 seconds of crossfade in there. Something is broken. I'll just set it to like 5. Okay, well, I don't know about that. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, we'll try it. I mean, maybe it looks a lot worse in the editor than when running. Okay, so casting magic. What I'm guessing is that I have the animation wrong. Yeah, and it does go to a stand-up animation. Yeah, I could probably create an animation between there, but the crossfade should do that, right? It should actually kind of walk through it, unless I have my crossfade settings wrong somehow. No, it looks like it should be fine. So yeah, I'm not sure. It really should take like everything in between, but it's possible something's just a little weird. We'll check it in the actual engine. So what I'm thinking here is that casting magic, maybe I have that string wrong or something. Let's go look at that here. Casting magic, and that is spelled correctly. And it does say changing animations to casting magic, but it should go to here. The other thing I could do is just do .animationtree.start instead of transition. But I use this transition all the time. So that's a little bit, less than optimal. Okay, so I have target animation. If I'm not currently doing that animation, switch, that true should allow me to teleport. But for some reason, it's not taking this path. Let me try running it one more time and watching the output here. I'm going to be looking for anything that has the word magic in it. But yeah, ultimately, I guess I could build a animation between them if I had to, and that wouldn't be too bad. Okay, so ultimately then, okay, this should trigger the casting, right? Okay, I'm almost positive I know what's going on here, and so let's test this out. Okay, every time I select an active player, so every time I finish an action, it does this. If I comment that out, let's check. I need it because essentially what it does is when it goes to the player, if there's like a carry-on animation from another thing going on, it cuts that animation off so that they can have their own animations, right? So I do need it, but I can modify it, I think, to say, hey, if you're casting, don't do it. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay, so it looks good. I'll build some particle shaders. Kind of looks like she's like building the spell, and then oh yeah, that's gonna look great. I will change the camera angles. I think I'll have it kind of do. I'll see, like, one thing I can do. I mentioned this a little bit ago, is I have full control of the sky. So what I think is when they cast spells, right? I'll do something like this, right? So start casting spells. The clouds get a little dark. Maybe more clouds form, right? And then it fades back. So I think that could be really cool. I could also mess with time, depending on what I'm casting, right? So I could mess with time to make the clouds really like... I mean, I could make this look pretty ominous. Right? Like, I mean, that could look pretty cool when you're casting a spell, so... I think I'm gonna play with these things during my casting animations. And yeah, kind of excited about that. All right, let's go back though. So let's for now, let's keep working on this. So that looked decent. I do need to leave this on, but I think essentially what I'd say is if animation state is not equal to... I think so. I was kind of thinking about it earlier, and what I could do too is like, hey, if you're casting a fire spell, maybe it gets a little sunnier, right? Maybe the clouds clear up and the sun gets bright, or the sun changes colors. I could change the color of the sun. And then if you're casting like lightning, it could get really cloudy, or if you're casting water, it could get really cloudy and like start raining or something. And then what I thought is if I do that, like, let's say someone casts water and it starts raining. You could then have someone cast lightning, and maybe their lightning is like impacted, right? Like maybe they do more damage with lightning because there's a storm going on. And when you're casting spells, like in the middle of casting, because it's channeling some of that energy, maybe it sets up like weather effects, basically. So one moment, I dropped my controller again. I'm going to print a little clip-on thing to my desk that I set my controller down on so it's not sitting on my lap. And that will resolve 99% of the issues I experience in life. So I think what I'd do here is string does not equal casting or holding magic. I probably need a few of these. Basically holding magic or casting magic. Yeah, agree. Or, excuse me. All right. So basically if any of these, and basically I want to say if not this and not this, right? So only if I'm not both of those things, reset back to run. That should fix my animation issues. Sweet. Okay, so let's go. I'm gonna go out into the open. I'm gonna watch the slide here. Oh, I also implemented this weekend while you're out, Casey. I also implemented a PID controller for the running. So yeah, it's a lot cleaner and controllable. Like if I want to change some things, I can do so. I might try cranking it up and see if I can change the speed. It should now. I haven't tested more speed, but because it's a PID controller and it's like damped pretty well, I think I could have her run pretty much however fast I want. It wouldn't matter. But we'll find out. I'll mess with that here in a little bit. All right, yeah, that looks pretty decent. And then a lot of particle in there. And that could look cool. Looks very aggressive, I guess, but I think that's okay because I think a lot of my animations look really aggressive. And ultimately, I think that looks pretty all right. Like, is it perfect? No, but it's pretty all right. And then I think once I get a demo out there, I can probably spend more time polishing things. That's a fantastic idea. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Let's look at that. So ultimately, when I run through the animation tree, I think that part's good. It's just, I think slowing that part down. So I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, what I have to do that is I have to use a blend tree, I think. Oh, I need to do this. Close that. Edit my blend tree. Add an animation for, we'll call this magic, holding magic. Let's see. So I'm going to pick holding magic. I could if I was just using animations, right? If I was just using the animation window, I could because the animation player has a speed scale. But whenever you are, well, I guess we could try it. Let me get into a broken state in the tree. Okay, so there's that, and now I should be able to use the animation player how I think this works is how it works. Cool. And so yeah, so now what I can do is in the animation player. Okay, let me go to holding magic. So that's a little bit slow. Let's try like 0.8. That's not bad. Let's try 0.5. That's a little too slow. I think 0.8 looks pretty good. It's a little bit less wild. And then it'll look better with a particle animation. The little like ducks, it's not perfect. I wonder if I can find a better point to reverse that on. Like if I just do 2 seconds. Oh yeah, that's much better. Right? Let's see if there's a better, that's not right. I think 2 seconds works pretty well. I wonder if there is actually a spot where I don't have to loop it. Yeah, something happened. I don't think I'll hit one that I don't have to loop, unfortunately, but that's okay. Because it would be great if I think she loses a little continuity. Like I think it's a really good idea to go forward and backwards, but she does lose a little bit of continuity. Maybe might be able to find one. Nah, I doubt it. Okay, I think we're gonna make this like 2 seconds and go back and forth like this. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, that's good. And so it's gonna be 0.8, and then I gotta go back to the tree. And essentially in this blend tree, I have to create a time scale. And then essentially take this, run it through the time scale, set the time scale at 0.8, and then run that through the output. And then let's call it holding magic. And set up my transitions. Basically switch at end, auto, and then this one here will be enabled and immediate. Okay. And then I need a 0.5 second crossfade. This one I was gonna have like a 0.05 second crossfade just to 0.05. Okay, so this is what this looks like. She casts the magic. I might do a little longer crossfade here, actually. Let's try it again. And then that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit longer crossfade even. I think it's fine, it's just, it's a little bit choppy. So we'll see if we can smooth it out. Oh, that got worse. What happened there? Right? I mean, that's not good, right? Yeah, maybe 0 crossfade's the right answer. Maybe that's why it's choppy. See, I don't think my crossfades are working on this set of things. I wonder if it's because I've got like extra animation parts I'm not using, so it gets confused. Like, I wonder if I should go delete all those, because I use crossfades everywhere and they're fine. But here, the crossfades are really not very smooth. It's so weird. But it is possible. I mean, I got a bunch of extra nodes. Maybe I just need to go clean up those nodes. It's fine. That's not terrible. It's kind of interesting. I wonder if, you know, I could have also maybe set, like, turned off some kind of crossfade something. Default blend time. I'll put like a 0.2 seconds there. I don't think that helps me. Let's check. Make sure it didn't fix it. Maybe something like that was the problem. No, it's just so choppy right there. Reset on save. Let's see. I think it's fine. Okay. Cool. Let's go save this over here and try running through it and see what happens. See what it looks like on the engine. Maybe it's very possible that my crossfades just aren't processing the correct way in the editor. I didn't notice, I realized the choppiness when I did that. So it's possible, like, maybe that reset on save parameter, maybe I need to turn off. Okay, let me get to where I can see. Okay. Okay, yeah, it looks pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. Yeah, I think it's just not crossfading the editor, because that looked pretty smooth. And then we'll see what it looks like when she does the actual cast and goes to the thing. Yeah, and then she just jumps up, so no crossfade there, and she hurt herself. Yeah, I wonder, because it jumps to the run. That right there, why it jumps to the run could be because, well, no, it's doing the editor as well. Do I still have a crossfade there? I do. I could probably turn reset off. Let me on this, maybe reset on save. What does that do? Thing will be saved with the effects of the reset animation. Change to the scene will be what? Okay. I think that's fine. That actually has no impact on runtime. Might have to mess with that and see what's going on there. Yeah, I agree. I don't think crossfade's doing much for some reason. Just on this chain. It works everywhere else, right? Like my jump animations. We already kind of went through them. That crossfade looks so good. I mean, you can't even tell where one animation starts, the other one ends. But this one, for some reason, melee attack, same thing, right? Looks, oh, no. That one looks bad as well. I don't have a crossfade. Let's see, if we add a crossfade to this. Look at that. That's so smooth. And I mean, that's pretty animated. So what is happening? Wait a second. I might have it. What if I made this 3.2 or 3.3? 3.4? It's actually not on the reverse part, right? It's on this last part over here. Let's try that. It's possible that it's just because I wasn't fishing out the animation here, or it's possible that's because I have all these negative ones back here. I don't think the negative ones impact it. I can't imagine they do. Let's look at that. What in the world? Let's see if there's a setting. I might have to. It's so weird because it's only when I do that one. I can do this one, and it looks great. Let's see my magic attack. Okay, that one's broken, but I bet there's no crossfade. If I add a 1.5 second crossfade, right? Looks so good. Getting hit. Looks so good. Death. Do I have a crossfade on this? Let's do a crossfade of 3 seconds. I mean, it's fine. It's working. So what is the problem with this one to this one? I might have to play with that. I might have to play with it, figure out what's going on. What if we just delete the transition and draw it back? Maybe the transition is corrupted. Let's try this. It's obviously doing this to between casting magic and holding magic too. I obviously have some weird things going with these animations, which is weird. So I didn't follow any different process on them really, except for I didn't delete all the extra keyframes. That, you know, it's a good check. Let's do that. Let's delete all these extra keyframes real quick. It shouldn't take that long to just do this. And we can check. Maybe there is some sort of weird thing. Yeah, I should have saved first. Luckily, it's fast to delete them. This is how I usually do it, and this is how I should have done it. Is just deleted them. But the hard part is like lining it up, where you grab everything except for the last little note here. That's actually helped for them to be in the negative. Let's see. It's gonna take a second to select them. Okay, let me see if I can grab just that last node here. Just barely touch it. Look at that. Okay. So that's pretty good. I'm gonna delete these two because they're not doing anything. Okay. Let's see if that fixes the problem. I don't know how to make there not be a negative unfortunately. Without like, I guess what I could do is create a new animation. I could create a new animation and save it. Let's try this first. If that doesn't work, I will delete this animation, create a new animation, and copy everything over. But let's check this out first. Okay. Casting magic. It's still jumpy there, casting. And then final magic. Okay. Do I still have a crossfade there? I do still have a crossfade. Okay, so now let's create a new animation here. So I'll create a final magic 2. I'll go into final magic. And that's kind of interesting that, you know, she jumps back into that stance. I don't know if that means anything. It jumped to run in the middle of the animation. That's interesting. Oh, what happened there? Paste tracks. Okay. 3.4, right? Okay. And then I'm going to delete Final Magic 1. I'm going to rename Final Magic 2 to Final Magic. I think run just highlighted early. I don't think it would jump to run in the middle because these are two very separate. I mean, I could be wrong. Look at that. Wait, this is casting magic. Oops. I need to look at final magic. Let me look too at holding magic. Does that have a big negative? Okay, holding magic doesn't have a negative. Wait. That's not the right animation. Let me look at this. Animation player, casting magic, holding magic. Okay. So no big negative somehow. Final magic. This needs to be, okay, that didn't switch. Okay, this is a little bit squirrely because nothing's actually changing. I think I'm glitching out the animation player. You know, there we go. Okay, so it does still have a negative for some reason. I guess there's a couple frames in there. But let's see if it's better. And then if not, I'll have to figure out what to do from there. Okay, so let's check. So final magic, it still has the final magic here. Let me unset it and reset it. And then actually let me do this as well. Let me undo editable children. And let me remake it editable. That should reset it to exactly what's in that node. Okay, still jumping there, unfortunately. There's a small crossfade though. Okay, quick question here. Let's do some tests. Hey, Poetic Tragic. Doing all right. Running into some weird bugs here that working to solve. Essentially, all of my transitions work really well except this one, and this one's set up the exact same way. So I'm trying to see if I can get it to look good. Essentially, the transition from this state to back to my run state, or I guess my final magic state back to my run state. Let's see if I just go straight from here to there. Yeah, see that crossfade works. Let's delete this. Delete this. Okay, we know this crossfade works. So then let's do these one at a time. We'll go holding magic. Well, actually, I need to do a blend because I got to slow it down. So do a blend tree. Add animation for holding magic. Add a time scale node. And then link these up. And I'm going to multiply it by 0.8. Okay. That's that one. my animation's happening in the middle. Let's see. So you can see the transition line lighting up when the girl is still moving. Really? Well, yeah, that it should. That's what the crossfade should do. Is it should start the next animation 1.5 seconds early, and then it should blend the movements. It's possible that the animations are so different that I just need something in between there, which I could possibly do. I could possibly find an animation that's between there. But yeah, that is possible. Let's see here on this one. Let's make this at end. And then this one's going to be at end. Auto. I'm just going to enable. Actually, this one's not going to be at end. It's going to be immediate. It's going to be enabled though. So I'll have to manually do that. And then I'm going to make a 1.5 second crossfade because that looked good. Okay, so let's see. Now when I trigger cast magic and I go back to run. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, it's really crossfading on the wrong side. The other ones, it was moving towards run in the middle of it. Really? Okay, so let's check that out. So if I do melee attack. Oh, I see. Hey, thanks for the follow, Poetic Tragic. Hey, you are my 50th follower. So I really appreciate it. Cheers. Congratulations on being the 50th follower. We met our follow goal. So thanks a ton. Really appreciate the follow. Fantastic. Just a big milestone. Thanks a ton. Let's see. Yeah, it is interesting. I see what you're saying. And so this waits. All right, I guess I'll click this. So yeah, it should start fading during that, but it doesn't. Let's try like maybe reset. Shouldn't be set. Do these ones have reset set? They do. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't try to do anything. It just jumps. Let's check those two animations. It's possible that they're just so different. Oh, very, very nice. That's cool. What are you working on? What kind of game? I've been doing this a couple months now. I have a background in avionics development, so a lot of the programming part has come pretty naturally. A lot of it's been pretty tough though. Transition. So I know your pain. And yeah, I'm awful at Blender. I'll be honest, I did not create these in Blender. I used Vroid. Part of what I think I'm pretty good at is taking problems and figuring out known solutions and coming up with them. So I came up with a kind of workflow that lets me use Vroid models, which are really VR chat models, pretty easily here. So it's been helpful. But yeah, so let me check here. So between holding magic, no, we know that it's fine because it'll go straight from casting magic. We use the exact same bones to run just fine. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, I imagine a game like that's pretty large in scale. But that's cool. You know, it could also be like if I just have this auto. So you did a mobile game before. What was your mobile game? I think it's going to jump immediately, but we'll see if it crossfades. Let's see what happens. It may never because it's an at end sort of thing. Yeah, it'll never switch because it's marked for at end, but it's a looping thing. Let's see. Okay, so maybe immediate. All right, very, very interesting. Play mode. Obviously not that. It should travel. So wild. Because everything else is exactly the same as this. Hey, look at that. You also got the 100th chat message for today. So you made a, oh, nice. Okay, cool. So it's like a kind of, I'm trying to think of like an example. So basically you have 2D platformer and then you get to like the boss battle, kind of like trying to like Mario Wonder, right? I think it's like I don't know if you've seen Mario Wonder, but it's kind of a 2D platformer. If I did have a script, it wouldn't matter because none of that script logic is running in the editor. So I don't have any editor scripts running for sure. What if I did this? Let's try running to a different animation. And let's see what happens. Let's see if it does the same thing. Maybe I broke something. That's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I like those kind of games a lot. Same thing. So weird. So 100% my animations are broken, right? And it could be like, let's turn this off. Let's just have it go through. Because yeah, it could be. Okay, that's a good little transition here. Okay. So it doesn't have to do with it looping. Do any of my loop animations loop? Yeah, like this one, this is exactly the same thing, right? It goes, it holds it after it runs that, right? And then I can close it and it transitions just fine. Yeah, so I do have other animations that loop. I just turned the looping off of this and it still has a problem. I wonder if it has a problem because of the blend tree, right? Let's just try replacing it with a simple... I understood what you meant though. I was giving you a hard time. But yeah, maybe it's possible that blend, like a blend tree doesn't like doing that. Let's check this out. So at the end of this, go ahead and run holding magic, and then at the end of holding magic, go ahead and switch with a crossfade time of 1.5 seconds. Oops. Let's see, and then I think I turned off the loop on holding magic. Yeah, I turned off the loop on holding magic. So let's see what happens here. Okay. No, same thing. Same thing. So it's the animation for sure. It must be corrupt. I might have to... I don't know why it would be corrupt though. So strange. Unless there's like a priority kind of setting on the animation. Because like if I do this and I've set a crossfade of 1.5 seconds and I switch at the end, this just works. Right? I mean, that just works. Okay, let's go back then to how I had it. Yeah, it could be something about priority. Let me check that out. I've never messed with priority. Okay. Okay, so this is back to that loop. But there is like this priority button. Maybe there's not. I thought there was. Maybe there's not. Okay. Oh, is it in the transition? Okay, what if I make this 0? Let's see. Because yeah, it's almost like it's crossfading the wrong side. Well, not crossfading at all, really. Excuse me. Okay. And if I make it like 2? So strange. Let me look at that final magic animation. Something between this and that other one we were on. Is there like a... I can't set this as much because I can't edit it from here. Directions past, present, future. Let's check like my other ones. So like magic attack, which I know works. Okay. I don't know what onion skinning is anyway. But let's see if there's some sort of thing. Actually, let me check if I turned on, I might have turned on deterministic. No, that's not per node here. Let's set a default blend time of like 0.25 or something. Again, I don't think that helps. I don't think anything from the animation tree really helps much, or the animation player. I don't know, I'm bolidified right now. Completely bolidified. There's gonna be a similarity between Final Magic and Holding Magic. There's something similar between these two, and it could be that there are negative values here. That's very possible. Yeah, that may be the case. So let's do this. It's gonna not be happy again, but like this, I'm pretty sure is negative, right? Oh, it's not. It's positive. Okay. So I actually don't have any negative values anymore on these, as far as I know. All these are positive, which is good. So I don't think that's the problem. They're all barely positive, but they are. So that's at time 0. Very interesting. So the difference between that, yeah, bolidified's a good word. You can't ever, don't sleep on bolidified. To magic attack. Any different settings? Not really. Let me go to my manage animations here. I don't think this really tells me a whole lot, but let's see. Holding magic. Okay, let me go ahead and set. Okay, holding magic still goes back and forth. I wonder if there is some sort of setting. It may just take some Googling offline to figure out why some animations aren't going through crossfade. Actually, let me take 2 seconds real quick and I'll just say some animations. I probably will. Are not going through crossfade in Godot. Let's see. Not really seeing a lot. Let's see. Okay, that's interesting. Someone did say that it's possible that it's looking at the last frame and taking whatever the last frame is and just merging it. And so if it's ending on no frames, potentially that's a problem. But I don't think it's the case. Maybe it is. 3.38. So instead of 3.4, let's do 3.3. Let's check that out. So now if I run this, do I have crossfade set? Yep. No, that's not it. That's not it. They don't know what they're talking about. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll mess with this offline. I don't want to give up. I feel like we're probably pretty close to figuring it out. We've identified everything that's the same. We've identified everything that's different. And now we just got to figure out what the difference is between this and this. Now, what if I go straight to Final Magic? Can I crossfade that? It's possible it's just because there's some sort of loop. It's messing up some of the donuts. Maybe I just need to reset. Okay, let's set up a crossfade of like 1.5 seconds. Turn off automated. Let's do enabled. Okay, that obviously did not crossfade. None of that crossfaded. What is up with this animation that it doesn't like crossfading? There's got to be something, some setting somewhere. Now here's a real question. Okay, what if I just change this, right? We know that crossfade works on this one, on this node. What if I just changed this node? Well, it works on casting magic. We know crossfade works on casting magic, and it uses the exact same skeleton because it's just a cut up of the same animation. But what if I just change this to final magic? Okay, so it's definitely in the animation, which tells me I probably broke it while cutting it up. So I think I've got to redo those animations, which is interesting. And there's probably a better way to do it. So I was copying and pasting. Okay, so we know this works. We'll do enabled. And then when I go back, we'll just switch at end with crossfade time of 1.5. We know this one works. Could be some weird setting in the animation. Okay, we know that works. That looks great. Point 2. Yeah, it's really weird. It definitely looks like that. Okay. Then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and delete these other two animations. I know we sat there and like waited for them to finish, right? But yeah, maybe we'll delete these. Let me go to holding magic. It could also have to do with like what occurs at 0. Like maybe because all of these aren't 0, they're all just a little bit off 0, it's a problem. Before we do all this, let's try that. I think I can, oh interesting, I don't want to select the left metacarpal. Let's just select like the first node here. First keyframe. I have snap on. Let's see if I just drag it like that. It's not perfect. I think it'll be fine. It's just a test. This is for science. And then we'll snap it to 0. So now all of these are on 0. Yeah, I mean, this skeleton is, yeah, it's every bone in the human body plus hair. I think there's I have like 230 something bones on this model. Yeah, I can control every single digit plus hair. Okay, and the clothes have individual bones as well. That's how you get the swinging, like this little thing, right? Waving in the wind, and the hair. All those little things are bones. All those little orange things you see. Okay, so let's see. So that may be the problem. Let's see in the animation tree now. So now let me add in holding magic. So we're going to switch at end. And then this one we're going to switch immediately with a 1.5 second crossfade. Let's see what happens. So all I changed was I moved everything to actually start at 0. No. Not at all. Okay, I'm going to rebuild these animations. I feel like something is going on with the animations. It's possible that, you know, it's something simple. Like maybe when I copied and pasted them in, it just didn't like something. It's carryover from holding magic because I copied final magic from holding magic. So that's okay. This won't take that long. Let's duplicate this. Okay. Animation, duplicate. This is going to be holding magic. And then we'll duplicate. And this is going to be final magic. Yeah, there's a lot to these. And that's like the Void software is really good. It's free. I was very, very impressed. Okay, I am going to have to figure out the timings again. So after 1.5 seconds, go into this for 2 seconds, and then just the end for final. So that's okay. And then what I'm going to do is just do deletes this time instead of all that nonsense I did last time. First off, before I do all that, let's just add them in here. Just to make sure everything works okay. So this, I should be able to blend seamlessly between all these things without too many problems. Holding. A little time scale of 0.8. And then let's link these together. Okay. So then what I can do is transition here. It's going to transition. I'm going to do a crossfade time of like 0.5 seconds. What's my crossfade time here? 0.2 seconds. Okay. We'll do crossfade of 0.5. It's not going to be much. I mean, it's going to be the exact same animation. So it's probably going to look really sloppy, but we'll be able to tell if it's crossfading. Oh, and then we want this to be like half a second as well. Okay, let's check. I want to make this to be at end is the only thing. And I want this to be at end. Okay. That crossfaded well. Look at that. Beautiful crossfades all around. Okay. So then what I need to do is go into, let's go ahead and build in the last one. Add final magic. And if I test this every step along the way, I should be able to see the moment that I break it, and then I'll know how not to break it in the future. Crossfade finally works. Yeah, I don't know what the deal was, but that's okay. Maybe I corrupted something. Happens. So let's see. So this needs to be holding magic. So casting magic, holding magic, final magic, crossfade here of like 1.5 seconds. I want it to be kind of a long crossfade. This crossfade I want to be like short, like 0.1 seconds. Okay, so let's see. Just make sure everything goes through okay. Yep, that looks great. Final, it's gonna do the same thing again. And then stands up. Look at that. Beautiful. That did do it, right? Yeah, that's great. Okay, so now all I need to do is go in these animations, and hopefully I'm editing them here. Yeah, good. I agree. Yeah, I probably could have just closed Godot and opened it back up and solved the problem. We tried that earlier on a different problem, and it didn't help, but you're right. That should have been my first step. I didn't follow the checklist. We had a process for troubleshooting. I didn't follow it. What am I doing? All I did, Casey, was I just copied them. They're all the same animation. Like I duplicated them. And now I'm going to do the delete method. This is how I usually clip up a animation, is I just select all the things, right? And I delete them instead of moving them. The only thing is it's really, 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 really hard to get the exact right keyframe. That's fine. I think it's not a big deal. Like if I miss a keyframe, these animations are so detailed, I think it's fine. As long as they're somewhat close. Okay, so then what I have to do is I have to take them, all of it, and I have to move it. So I have to move it anyway, but I'm not gonna push anything into the negative. Yeah, exactly. I think you've got the rules down perfectly. That's every software development 101. And then I think, oh man. Rule 3 apparently is don't undo in Godot. Unless you're refactoring. Yeah, if you're refactoring, fix it. Yeah, I did the thing. Okay, so last time we had to have a little Q&A here while it undid. It got there, but yeah, luckily I think this is fewer keyframes. Like this doesn't seem like as many, and it's probably just because it's spaced out in 0.1 second increments. I think it saved over them, unless they're like on top of each other. Man, yeah, I would have rather deleted this animation and rebuilt it. Yeah, it was one click. I hit Control Z. It's going to be better. It's not going to take as long. It's fine. I do think I'm probably, after I get these animations cleaned up, I'm probably going to be done for tonight. It's getting pretty late. I have a pretty early morning. But I do want to get this done first. I don't want to leave. I don't like leaving with any outstanding work. I want it to be nice and clean, ready to go into GitLab. I do think after I finish these animations and finish some particle shaders, I will probably, okay, look at that. I can stop delaying now. I'll probably post a version of this, I think, on, I might need to clean up some AI first, but then I might post a version of this on Discord. So if you want to do some playtesting, you know, if we get in the Discord here, I'll post the link. Yeah, you're right. It should be. I have 2 small children. Therefore, midnight does not work well a lot of times. I wish, I'm definitely more of a night person. Like, I'm not tired necessarily, but I know that if I stay up too late coding, I'm going to end up having a really bad time tomorrow. I don't want to have a bad time tomorrow. I want to have a good time. So, trying to be responsible here. I can stay up a little bit if I need to, but I'm really hoping these are resolved pretty quickly. But yeah. Ah, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, when I was in college, I definitely stayed up all night. That's 100% like my good working time. Even at work right now. So I work for a company that's based out of Seattle. I live in Oklahoma. So I stay on Seattle time, and it helps so much. I do get up with my kids like around 7 in the morning. And then hang out with them for a few hours, but work a little bit later. But yeah, if I had it my way, I think my like most productive time is like between like 10 p.m. and like 2 a.m. Yeah, when I started developing this game, Casey, I gave up sleep. I pretty much said, okay, I'm not gonna sleep until this game's done. And honestly, it hasn't been that bad. I thought I'd feel awful, but I think like the just like mental break I get from doing this just helps a lot. I think I just feel a lot better. So I think I'm misaligned a little bit, which is unfortunate. Gotcha. It took me a second to get used to it, but yeah, I really think it's the more of like the mental impact of, you know, being able to create something outside of work. I think it's just really helpful for mental health. Yeah, I'm off by a little bit, just a little bit. Just line it up there. Okay. For sure. And I was like, I have a shop, and so I've got a lot of projects I'm working on. I'm working on a deck. I'm working on a truck. I've got a Bronco, and I have a lot of projects. And so I was like doing that every day, and then I got on this, and I've been hyper focused. Yeah, agree. Man, it's so funny. Like so many people I see using light mode, and then it's wild. But yeah, I agree. Working the daylights, like you can see these big thick curtains here, right? When I'm working, because this is where I work, there is no light getting in here. All right, that looks pretty good. So let's see now I need this animation to last 2 seconds is what I had it. And to go back and forth. So now let's save this. Go over here. I'm going to save all real quick. Okay, so now let's see. I'm going to delete these nodes and see if I can get the crossfade working on just holding magic. If it works on holding magic, I'll switch to final magic and do the same thing. Okay. So 1.5 seconds. We're going to enable it, but not immediate. Okay. So hold. Let's test this out. All right, that looks good. And now run. Look at that. Look at that. That looked so good. Everything was so smooth. All right, now we got one more. Okay, so real quick, this is gonna sound silly, but I have a workflow document that I have in PowerPoint. Which sounds stupid, but I'm gonna just add a quick workflow for importing these animations. Actually, I have it here. Animations, okay. So the big thing here, yeah, for sure. So when cutting animations, delete front nodes, don't move to negative. I think that's good. And I'm gonna make that, I'll just put that under, where's my, yeah, I'll do it here. Actually, I need to do that on my animation import. Yeah, and I do have a, let's see, add animations to animation files when cutting animations in Godot. Okay. Yeah, I actually do have a game design doc too that I try to keep up to date, and it's super helpful. I will probably at some point share that game design doc. It's not ready to be shared, but I'll probably do that. Okay, so that's pretty good. Okay, so now this is going to be switch mode enabled. And then this one here will be a 1.5 second crossfade and at end. All right, so that should be, I'm going to create a little crossfade on here too. I'm going to go ahead and run it just to make sure all the crossfades are still working. So it should crossfade into that and then out. Perfect. Hey, that's good, Casey. Then you're like 90% there. And then you can just go go take it. I'll share my game doc with you. And then you guys can reference it. It's not anything too crazy. It has some of my character info on there. And then I'll share this workflow doc because it is useful, especially if you're going to be. I'll share this workflow actually, and I can share that in Discord with everybody. It does have some useful info. Okay, so let's see. So that's going to be 1.5 plus 2. Let me go back to here. So holding magic is 2, so I need my final magic to start at 3.5 seconds. So let's go edit that. All right, 3.5. Let's set this to 3.5 just so I can see. Okay. And then let's move this over there and start deleting. But honestly, yeah, the game design doc I think has really helped keep focus. And then Trello, like especially if you're working with a team, like you and JJ are working on that. Like if it'd be impossible, I think, without Trello for me. I've got to have something to manage, like my work. Otherwise, I would get so lost in what I'm doing. Like, how would I know that I'm working on magic animations? You know, and then like bugs and stuff. I just capture my bugs there quickly in a ticket. I think I would quickly lose those. Oh, Google Workspace. Got it. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Google Workspace. Is it pretty good? All right, now I gotta go line this up. Make sure snap is off. I need to go write this out in my workflow as well. Cool. Got it. I'll have to check out Google Workspace. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it. I do like Trello. It's really lightweight. It's a Kanban board, right? I mean, it's not anything crazy. You can do automation on it and stuff. I think you can set up where, like, at certain points it goes and does builds, like you write scripts and stuff, but yeah, Discord is huge for that as well. I think if I was working with a team, it would be probably our main source of communication. So that's a good call for sure. 'Cause yeah, you can have channels just like Slack, right? You can have channels open that just talk through stuff. Actually, it's gonna sound crazy, but I pay for a Microsoft subscription, so I would probably use Teams because I like Teams. I actually really wish, I mean, they do, right? Microsoft does have like an agile workflow, but it doesn't come with their 365 subscription, which I was really surprised about. That's why I'm using PowerPoint and not Google Google Sheets. Yeah, I like Teams a lot, honestly. Yeah, memes is always the most popular, I think, in any work group, and it should be. Keep things light. Hopefully people have more memes than design ideas. All right, I just need to line that up here. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I feel pretty confident about this. It is a little bit longer this time, but I think that's because I incorporated some of the other stuff. Yeah, hey, talk to me, Casey. If we're both paying for Microsoft, that might not be the best. I learned Microsoft has a family plan, and since we're family, we may be able to use it together. And you can use it outside like the household and stuff. So, and you don't have to share data. So, anyway, let's chat. We may be able to save each other $100 a year. I started learning Godot. I think it was like February, so like 3 months or so. I've been programming a long time, so that's really where my background is, and I've done a lot of object-oriented coding. I've used a lot of different tools for a lot of different things, but yeah, in Godot specifically, and I've never used other game engines, so this is my first game engine. But yeah, about 3 months, I think I started in February as my first stream. Everything has been streamed for the most part. I work a couple little bugs things offline. I did create the models offline because I was terrified of it. But otherwise, it's all been streamed, so you can check out the VODs. There's a lot of VODs, though. That looks pretty good. Oh, that looks great. That looks so good. Okay. All right. I can mess with that crossfade time a little bit. Might set it for 1 second instead. No, 1.5 is better. I haven't really used very many YouTube tutorials, actually. So my only like caveat against like YouTube tutorials is that, like, if you want to learn how to do one specific thing, tutorials are fantastic for it, right? So like this guy, for example. This guy I built based on a tutorial, but I want to do that one specific thing. And that's very good for that. And you can't see in game here, but I'm about to test here, so you can actually see this guy like moves and stuff. It has a time system. It has and the tutorial. I mean, the tutorial was really light. It was more like, hey, here's this shader code. Here's how it works. Go implement it. But and I hear it can check credits here. And I think it talks through it. So if you do the credits command there, but like for the most part, I try to do more of the documentation. Godot has really good documentation, so when I want to do something, I try to go look at the documentation and say, okay, how do I want to do this? But I do have a lot of like scripting experience in Visual Basic, and like Python. Do a lot of verification testing. I have for my whole career, so I think that's where a lot of my stuff comes from. But yeah, I try to stay away from tutorials for the reason that, like, if I go learn how to do it myself, I'm going to learn a lot. But they are useful, right? I think it depends on if you want to learn something very specific or if you want to learn how to do one thing. But I do feel like I've created this game pretty quickly for what I came in with, right? And a lot of it was just, like, the first couple weeks were a little bit of a struggle. but ultimately, like, it's coming along pretty good. Okay, so now when I cast the spell, it looks pretty good. She looks a little bit like a gremlin, but that's okay. Yeah, let's talk. I think splitting a family plan would save us a lot of money. We can put a little less money in Microsoft's pocket. Okay, so it looks pretty good. I'll add a shader. Cool. Yeah, if you know Python, I think, and Java, I bet you can adapt to Godot pretty quickly. I think that's the hardest part, really, is like saying, okay, I want to incorporate this thing. Like, for example, I wanted to incorporate a priority system where I could like come cast a spell at any point, right? And it waits until that point, and then based on how long you charge it, depends on how powerful your spell is. So like this person only knows fire, but Arya, the other one, knows fire too. And you can see as I was scrolling down, it changes to fire too. Don't think anyone, like, I wouldn't be able to find a tutorial to say how to do that, right? But understanding like scripting and how that worked and just breaking everything into smaller problems helps with that. And then everything is modular, so you can see I've only worked on Arya's animations, but everything just works for everybody else. Now that looks a little silly. I can probably extend this to 3 seconds, I think. I will probably do that. So I think it's just a little bit fast. Let me change my, on this animation for holding magic, I'll probably go ahead and change it to 3 seconds. That's a little bit better. It's just so abrupt. I wish I could crossfade itself. I'll have to mess with that. I mean, going forward's not bad. It's that actually that was pretty close. What about like 3.25? Yeah, I think it's actually getting pretty close. 3.2. Anyway, I think if you know Python and Java, you'll be in pretty good shape. I've never used Unity, but you know, I think Casey has, so he could probably talk to it, but I think you're good. Okay, so anyway, let's look at the animations now here. Okay. Yeah, she was still animating, but that looked really good. So I do need to wait for longer on the animations. Oh, nice. Yeah. If you can use C++, that's super helpful. In Godot, you can use C#. I'm using GD script because it was pretty easy, pretty accessible, seemed pretty easy to learn. So I've been pretty happy with that. Yeah, I'm the same way, Casey. So I still have a SolidWorks subscription and still use SolidWorks for like other projects and 3D printing. Like if I'm 3D printing a bracket or something, I use SolidWorks. Blender, it's a mind shift. I know you used to do CAD as well. It's just a mind shift, right? Like you're focused on how do I create like an organic looking shape, and I haven't quite gotten really good at it yet. So yeah, you can see from fire to fire too. But I think it's, you know, I think I could get there. And I'm going to anticipate that she moves somewhere around here. So I'm going to go ahead and cast it here. Okay, ultimately, I think that was my goal. That looks pretty good. And then I'll go ahead and set, like, I'll create some particles if you can imagine it. Not quite sure how I feel about the back and forth. I need to think through that. I kind of want it to be a little more fluid. But I think when you have particles there, like it'll showcase her hands a little less, right? If she has particles in there, so it'll be a little less obvious. Yeah, okay, so then let's wait. Let's see if I anticipated this movement correctly. I still have that glitch. Look at that, I did it. Is she dead? No. But I bet I can go take her out. Yeah, it's so different. And there's so many like, just like, you really need to know all of the hotkeys and stuff to really be efficient in it. So it's tough. All right, I think I'm about to call it a night. Did get a lot done here though. I got all the casting animations. They look pretty good. So his look a little bit better even, I think. He's a lot taller, so it's interesting. That might be something. I could maybe use a taller model when I generate the animation out of Mixamo, because I think they're crouched pretty low. But I don't know that would really matter too much. It is relative, I guess. All right, there we go. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it for tonight. But what we'll do next time is work on some of those particle shaders for the casting. And I think that'll go a long way. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow or not. Just depends what's going on. I will try, but probably definitely on Wednesday. Probably definitely. Hey, yeah, have a good night. Yeah, thanks for stopping in. It was good to see you. Good to meet you, Poetic Tragic. Hopefully, best of luck in your game. Hopefully, if you want, post some screenshots or something in that Discord if you're around there. We do share quite a bit of our development stuff. If you have a Steam page or anything, feel free to post it there as well. So we can follow it and wishlist it and support each other. With that, I'll find someone to raid here. I'm going to raid Bear Like a Lion, who is fantastic. They're also in the Discord. They're developing a 2D roguelike game that looks pretty good. So give me 1 second to see if I can get that done here. But yeah, thanks, everybody. Talk soon. Give some hey guys in his chat.